The show features adults using adult language and discussing mature topics. You have been warned. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mrs. Kren's Valley. So yeah, when we last left off, everybody's in the front yard of Durst Manor, which is on the easternmost side of Barovia Village. They had a run-in with the hags. The hags had a lot more allies with them than they were expecting, including these two weird boar folk guys that somehow were able to turn like really big and are also able to like shoot blizzard stuff at you guys that really hurt. And killed a few werewolves. And I believe Saxton was thinking of going to the Vistani to get the supplies so Cazador could bring back some of the werewolves. If you had the cash.
That was the cursed pile that they don't know about.
Yeah. So, before we get much further than that, what all are you gonna do here? Because I think Cazador was gonna do healing magics.
Yeah. I cast the Mass Cure Wounds to get everyone a little bit healed, and then I'm gonna cast a 4th level Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
So I heal 20.
Nyhm, you now have your torch back, because if you recall, somebody threw it into one of the windows and the house spit it back out. It no longer has the flame on it because Cazador stole the flame. Helped all themselves out.
To be fair, it was Saxton's torch to begin with. He chucked it into the house first. I just caught it on its way out.
Oh, right. Well, Saxton's unlit torch is there.
So a stick.
Yes. Well, torches also have like the resin and cloth on the end and whatnot.
Cloth and pitch.
Yes.
What'd you call me?
You heard me pitch.
Pitch.
Isn't that the new Star Wars show? No, anyway.
No, that's bad pitch.
Right.
No, that's bad bitch.
And off the rails we go.
What
Nyhm.
rails?
Nyhm, you feel
Okay.
confusion coming from your rapier, which also probably causes you much confusion.
I'm sorry. I feel my rapier is confused?
Yes.
Yeah, that would cause me confusions because my rapier doesn't feel.
And then you feel major anxiety coming from it. It's not moving, it's not changing color or anything. But you can feel like almost like there's something in your rapier. And it seems almost like a not sure where it is and then suddenly panicking kind of feelings. Coming from your silver rapier.
Okay, I'm going to want an Arcana check on that one.
Okay.
My sword should not be feeling anything other than the need to stab something. What does a 16 get me?
A lot of people died at this house. There's a lot of spirits that you know that are unable to leave this valley. You're thinking maybe your sword's haunted. This is a thing in Tasha's Cauldron and everything, by the way. I rolled it.
Oh, lovely. I just so happen to come up to my tiny needle. Okay. Well, I may as well ask the group, has anybody ever heard of anything being possessed, like weaponry?
Have I?
Has anybody?
Religion checks, I guess? Religion or history?
My sword gets an attitude every now and then.
Sword has an attitude because you have an attitude.
Fair enough.
Have religion.
I got 19.
What did Cazador get?
Nah, I rolled a 4, so an 8.
Okay.
I got a 10 if it matters.
Cazador and Nyhm have never heard of this happening. Didn't know it was possible.
18 on my end.
Saxton's thinking, oh, well, that probably is possible. I don't know, whatever.
In these lands, anything's possible.
Mm-hmm. It's probable. And Willow, you've never heard of a weapon being possessed, but you know that you've heard of other holy warriors, after they die, actually having their souls bound to their weapon to help future paladins in the order. But, like, you only know of, like, 1 or 2 paladins that ever did that, and that was, like, centuries ago. This can't possibly be the same thing.
Well, I will tell them that. It can't possibly be the same thing. You're not a paladin. You don't have any connections to paladins. Like, there's no way that it could come into your. I mean, it's just not possible.
I don't have any connections to anybody in this valley, much less some random soul that decided to possess my rapier. How can I get it out?
You feel sadness from it when you say that. Directed at you.
Oh.
No. No, you did not.
It's confused again.
No, this is out of character. I swear, Scotty, if this is what I think it is, I'm going to smack you. My insight may not be good, but I have an idea, and I don't like the idea that you may have come up with.
You can roll an insight and ask.
Ask the... may as well.
So if you're feeling uneasy about your weapon, maybe you can yeet it out or and get a new one.
It seems angry at Cazador. Or maybe not angry, but irritated at that idea.
I don't feel anything, right, about that story. It's only
No. This is all Nyhm.
Okay, yeah. Okay. But
There's no voice in your head or anything. It's purely just emotions.
Like Nyx in the Celestial Sword. 17 on an insight check.
What is the question? Or what are you inciting?
You told me to roll it. About the idea of getting whatever spirit is attached to the blade out.
Okay. What do you think the spirit is?
Out of character or
Yes.
in character? I hate it when people do that. Out of character, I'm thinking you may have used something from my backstory and its soul randomly got sucked into my sword.
No, this one seems different.
Okay.
You definitely don't know who or what is in your sword right now.
Okay, so in character, I have no freaking clue.
Mm-hmm. And you better hope it's not someone from your backstory, because that means their soul's stuck here.
Yeah, that's in my entire point. Okay, well, we could always go back to the abbot. Maybe he could help get an idea on what this is.
Could I use divine sense to tell what this is, if it's good or evil, if it is a fiend, a undead, or celestial, if it's something, whatever divine sense does?
So yeah, that it detects those creature types essentially, and the biggest nerf to it, which I don't like in 5th, is you have to be able to visibly see what you're trying to use it on. So you can't be like before
Or
you go
I can
in.
see the sword.
Yeah. I'm just going on a little rant. So like if a paladin was on the other side of a room and they hear a bunch of stuff in there, they can't just like sense, oh, there's 12 undead in there or something. No.
It doesn't feel like it's affected by a spell, right?
No. But you use that, and you do not detect anything that would ping on the detection of good and evil from the sword or from anything within your zone of vision.
So the sword itself is not good or evil, and it's not
It's
undead, or
it's
like,
it's called they call it detect good and evil, but it's not what it is anymore because they don't do alignment stuff anymore. So pretty much what you got from that is it's not celestial, fiend, undead, or fae.
what is the point? Anyway,
Okay.
Well, it could be an undead.
It's good when you don't know someone's a vampire or not.
yeah.
Let me take a different approach to this. As weird as it sounds,
Or
Nyhm
devil.
is actually going to try to talk to the sword, since apparently it can hear what we're saying.
You
The
feel
only
you
thing I
feel
need-
a sense of affirmation, the emotional version of a nod, yes, that it can understand
idea
what
of
you all
talking
are
to it.
saying.
This is weird. Okay. Are you willing to fight?
You sense affirmation for it, yes.
So you're not going to screw me over in the middle of a fight?
You get the feeling of like it doesn't want to.
All right. I'll try and get more information, but for the time being, it's at least a semi-sentient sword. That's so weird.
It feels happier that you have acknowledged it and you're not going to throw it away.
I mean, I might throw it, but I'll get it back. I'm known for throwing things.
You feel fear from it when you even mentioned the concept of throwing it.
Okay, fine. I'll throw the daggers. Jeez. Great, my sword's picky now.
Who throws a rapier? What kind of like fighting style do you use? Nyhm?
I don't use souls. That's the weird part. This is the first time this has ever happened.
It also agrees.
Oh, great. It's new for the spirit, too. That's wonderful.
Well, good to know, you know. First time for both of you.
Oh, crap.
Beautiful.
Are you a warrior of any type?
You feel a sense of pondering
the sword.
for a moment,
Huh?
and then a sense of puzzlement, like maybe?
Well, maybe he's better than a civilian. Oh, well, I guess we'll work on 20 questions while we travel.
Where do you all travel to?
Well, Saxton wanted to make a move towards the Vistani, yes?
How many wolves are still up, if any?
What wolves?
The werewolves.
One,
Only two died, right?
2, 3. You got 4.
3. 3 died.
Yeah, 3
Oh.
died, but you have 4 that are still standing.
And then 1 ran away, didn't they? The wife of the...
No. Yeah, she ran away, but another part of the group, including Emil and Zulkia, ran off because they were heavily injured. And Saxton was like, go back to the cave because you're super injured. Which they seemed like they were going to go anyway. They weren't fans of this idea. Anyway.
I'd have the rest of them go back to the cave then.
Alright. All of them lick their wounds, turn into wolves, and run off.
That'd be the other way around.
Well, they're in hybrid form, so they can still.
Oh, that's right.
Anyway, so they run off. And we'll see them follow the road to the west. And
Rhode Island? Sorry. I need to mute myself when I'm making dumb jokes like that. I'm sorry.
You notice, for the two of you that your characters are new here, that there is a church to the north, along with a graveyard there, and it seems to be like right below this huge ravine where at the top is this very menacing castle, where you assume is where this vampire tyrant guy lives. You can see where the wolves were heading. There's like a bigger building, and it's the only one that you can see lights coming out of it, and there seems to be smoke coming out of the chimney. It looks like it's maybe a tavern or an inn or both. But the rest of these houses almost look completely boarded up if it wasn't for your passive perception seeing somebody looking at you through a window every once in a while and then hiding in fear.
Through our travels through these cities, did we ever come across like a jeweler? Or was it the only person that was even dealing with jewels, the person that Nyhm was dealing with?
None of your werewolves have found any jewelers. I mean, you haven't really looked for it, but you don't think there's probably anything more than just like a mediocre, like somebody does it on their spare time, maybe. Jewels aren't really something that's found commonly here. My notifications went, but I didn't get to see what it was. Thank you, whoever did that. Wait a minute. Let's try that. Well, if somebody gave subbed or something, thank you. Sorry, I didn't see it. I heard it. I have like a little notification that goes. Anyway, so as you all are heading out, you notice, as it's definitely getting dark at this point, that from the graveyard, the further north you go, the more uphill it goes. It's not like a steep recline, but you can, like the church kind of like is the highest part of this village. A green mist seems to come out of the church, like the back of the church. And it starts heading down the road slowly. And as it gets closer, you notice it's like in a consistent line going down the road. And it gets closer for you all to see it, especially Cazador and Nyhm with their highest passive perceptions. Notice that the mist seems to have wavering images of doughty humble folk and bird folk with great swords. Woodwise bird folk with slender bows. Mawpak with glittering axes. And arcanely dressed arcanists with long flowing robes and strange pointed hats. All these and much more march forth from the graveyard, and their numbers are growing by the second.
Does it resemble that scene we came across from the mist that was effectively a war on two fronts, the one the dragon came over?
As they get closer, you notice that they aren't like soldiers. They don't. Some of them have armor and stuff and look like they could be soldiers, but they're not wearing like consistent uniforms, you know. So you don't think they are part of the same group.
Is this the Return of the King kind of green undead army?
They actually would probably look the most like that. Do you all let them go by and see? Let them get close enough to see more details and stuff?
Oh yeah, I would definitely stop them knowing the other experiences we've had.
You notice that these shades seem to not acknowledge you at all. They don't seem to act aggressive to you or even look at any of you as it goes down the road. And you notice that they seem to be folk from all sorts of different kinds of cultures and timelines. You see a Jerbeen that's wearing very fancy attire from like 100 years ago. And they have a drum on their side. Like maybe they're a bard or something. And then you see a Vulpin that has or wearing a cloak and hood. It seems very roguish. You see a Corvum that's wearing a pointed hat and seems to have this big stick that seems to be some kind of staff with a crystal on it that's going through. Seems to be some kind of artificer of some kind.
Do any of these spirits look familiar?
You see that last one, and you recognize it immediately. It's Tim Tam.
Well, I don't.
And that one, and all the ones I described, and hundreds more, march through the road, and they go on to the same road you guys were going to go on. and they just seem to be continuously coming out of that graveyard and moving
Would
that way.
would the sword that I have any type of reaction? Could they sense like the different other spirits? I know they could hear us talking, but
While they are going by, you're not sure which one, but it seems to have some sense of familiarity with one of them. Or maybe more. You feel some sort of mourning from it.
great. It's a morning rapier.
I mean, yeah. He made it a +1 or 2.
Huh?
Seeing him, I would probably just fall to a knee. Finally seeing what happened.
He looks ridiculously gaunt. You don't barely recognize him. If it wasn't for his hat. He looks like he's starved to death. And as they continue to march, you notice that their green glow can be seen throughout the valley, a clear line from their march as they move.
Direction are they moving?
You see them go across the bridge, and go up and around, and head to the castle. Keep in mind this is taking quite a while. It's been like quite a few minutes. Because they're moving at normal traveling pace.
Too bad there's no way to control them all. If we had that many spirits on our side, we may actually be able to take the castle.
Are you... I would say during this, if you guys want, you can take a short rest, because this is going to be a while if you're just watching the March of the Dead. And once they reach the castle, you see them head straight in, but you do not see them come out. They disappear.
They came from the church, yeah?
The graveyard behind it, yes.
I look over to Saxton. There may be something to that. You want to check the church on our way?
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, the way I think about it, the mist that we saw before was just random apparition, some random battle. It may have just been something to confuse us. I remember I was incredibly confused. This looks like it summoned them, and they all charged straight at the castle. If that's something that we could rely on or weaponize?
It was a lot less of a charge and more like a Trail of Tears march.
Ooh. I rescind what I just said.
Heads were cast downwards.
My bad. Never mind. I wait. I jump up into the trees to keep eyes on the surroundings, but I wait.
Your sword seems to have a sense of longing for something.
Is this the church that when we first got here, that we heard like screaming coming from underneath the floorboards?
Yes. And the priest was there, and it was his son, you recall.
We didn't end up actually doing anything with the son, did we?
You ended up doing nothing there, you just left.
I guess we'd go towards the church and see if the priest is still there.
Head towards the church, and I'll describe it again because it's been a long time. Here it is. Atop of a slight rise, against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft, stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously weathered the assault of evil for centuries on end, and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises towards the back, and a flickering light shines through the holes in the singed roof. The rafters strain feasibly against the load. As you approach, you see heavy wooden doors that are covered in claw marks and scarred by fire, wide open. As a cold breeze from behind you all blows into the place. Not a sound.
Well,
I guess call out and see if anyone's there.
Hello? There's a slight echo inside. No response. When you're looking inside, you see the hallway where there are 2 doors on each side, and then it goes out to the main chapel area. The chapel is as it was before. The benches and whatnot are torn to pieces. But you notice the first door on your right seems to have been broken open and also has a bunch of claw marks on it and blood. Claw marks coming from the inside part of the door.
How fresh is the blood?
You can't tell from the entryway of the building. I'm gonna send you all a thing, aka the map, which I should have put in the overlay, but that's fine. You all can see where the church is in the village. That is not what I wanted to post. Cool. Weird. So, any of you go in?
I'm going to stay at the doorway.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Protection from Evil and Good on Cazador.
You do not need to cast any divine spells. You can definitely sense that there's a
Okay.
lingering evil here. Or at least evil
I
was
pull
here.
out Tony.
Instead of
I
a
got Tony
shing,
out now.
you hear like a hey.
Hey, it's Tony with an eye.
Okay, I'll be honest. I had a completely different impression of the Tony, and I was expecting its great sword.
That would have been a good. Oh my god, Tony the Tiger as a D&D character would be great. Anyway,
Yeah, Tony the Great Sword.
he'd be a barbarian.
It's a great axe, actually.
Wait.
Not even Karen. I would just walk in towards the pulpit.
I'll dark vision myself.
Okay, Saxton, as you walk in, give me a perception check at advantage. As I like to think you'd pull like a Wolverine thing where you just go in and you like sniff the place a little bit. So
Willow,
if
you
the-
have dark vision?
Do I have dark
Advantage
vision?
with 21.
Saxton, you smell dry blood. Lots of it. Looks like it's very stale. It's been there quite a while. The main smell you smell is dust, but the blood smell is definitely coming from that room immediately to your right.
I don't have dark vision, but how long has it been since I cast?
Rip.
Kermit down!
Since I cast.
Oh no!
Tony. Oh man.
I'm Tony.
How long's it?
I'll fuck him up.
How long has it been since I cast Daylight on Tony? It's been more than an hour.
Yeah, because it
Probably.
was a short rest.
Okay.
I'll dark vision Willow too then.
Thank you.
Where the sun was there like a hatch in the floor, or was that room the way down to the basement?
When you go in there, you see that Time and Neglect have punched holes into the ceiling of this moldy room. There's a few broken roof shingles in here amid puddles of water. And in the corner, you can see a heavy wooden trapdoor that it looks like it was held shut by chain padlock, but it's now wide open. The chain is still there. Not sure about the padlock. Chain doesn't look like it was sundered at all. And down in the underneath there, you don't see anything. Well, you see stairs that lead down into the basement, but that's pretty much it.
I'll head down the stairs, take a look.
All right. The stairs creak heavily as you walk down these old wooden stairs. You probably do so with a little bit of hesitation, as the wood seems to be very old and partially rotted. Maybe it might break from your sheer weight of muscle and owl wolfiness. And as you head down there, you see that the undercroft has rough-hewn walls and a floor made of damp clay and earth. Rotted wooden pillars strain under the weight of the wooden ceiling. And you can just barely see with your dark vision some kind of shape in the far corner.
Oh, I will flame arrows.
You also see a blood trail that seemed to come from that direction.
All right. Even what about with the sword out?
The sword out. As you pull out your sword, you see. Roll as I have to find this character because I haven't brought them up since like session 1, I think. A dead Luma. Dove folk. Still wearing priestly robes. They are no longer white, but are heavily stained by blood. Looks like their throat was ripped out. But they've been dead for quite a while. They look kind of
Scan the
thin.
room. Is there anything else?
You see shackles and chains.
I'll head back upstairs.
And next to the corpse is a padlock.
Was it padlock too?
You probably for the trapdoor.
I can discern what happened here, so I'll head back up.
The rest of you see Saxton come back up from the basement. It's kind of difficult to be very quiet in here with the creaky floor.
What did you find?
There is no church anymore. This place is dead. We should go.
Happened.
The father who ran this church, apparently his son ripped him apart.
You probably don't remember his name, but I'll say it anyway. It's Father Donovich.
Are there any plants or vines or something?
Plants?
Yeah.
Not in the building. Well, there's like some mold that's starting to grow from where the puddles are forming upstairs.
I don't think I can talk to
Any moss?
that.
There was some moss down in the basement in the undercroft. It was growing onto rotted wooden beams.
I mean, if you want to know what happened, I may be able to ask the trees or the plants, but you never know who's looking, right?
From what I recall, his son was turned into a vampire, and he was keeping him in the basement. So obviously he got out and fed on his father.
Hmm.
This whole place is forgotten.
nature is taking a toll on everyone.
Honestly, I don't even know what's worth fighting for anymore.
Well, you have a family, a pack, right?
Honestly, I've so far all the fights to try to make this place a better place. I've lost my friends. I've lost family. Can't. There's no winning edgewise. It's like every time we're close, the universe decides to steal defeat from the jaws of victory.
Sometimes survival and legacy is all you need to win. Because maybe you won't see victory today, but maybe your grandson will. It's what I've learned from the forest.
Honestly, if I were you two, I'd find the people who brought us here, you two here, and have them take you right back out. This is a cursed land, and no one gets out alive.
It's then that you all hear iron creaking of a gate outside.
I ready some knives.
Nyhm, your sword is scared.
I also hide.
Stealth roll.
Yay, 22 passive isn't enough.
Not on a quirky wood floor.
Yeah.
29 will do.
You're in the rafters up above, where it's not as creaky.
Bat rat.
I'll head right outside.
I'll go.
As you all head outside, you hear the creaking again. And when you look around the side of the church, you notice that the cast iron gate that goes around the graveyard, the entrance door is creaked open, and the breeze seems to be moving it a little bit. From in there, you see a bunch of vines, and of course gravestones and whatnot. Not trees, grass. Grass has mostly grown over a lot of the tombstones. And Cazador, you see a body, just barely within your dark vision range.
I have
where?
dark vision on too.
Well,
So,
because the passive
but
perception.
he is better. Okay, cool.
Is
Inside the graveyard.
okay. I'll tell you. I see a body lying right. I mean, there. Maybe we should approach with caution.
I'll go first if everybody is fine with that. I will go first.
You know, with
And
care.
I'm still holding concentration on protection for good and evil on Cazador.
Any broken windows or any windowsill that I can perch on?
There's
to see
many-
the direction.
Many holes in the roof. If you want to risk it, getting up on the roof.
Well, I'm already in the rafters.
Yeah. But it looks like the roof hasn't been maintained in a few decades.
Right. That's not what I'm asking. Is
The
there something
windows
on
are
my
down
current
below.
level that-
You'd have to go back down.
I'm
Are
gonna
there
take
any-
a seat on the stoop.
Stoop kid doesn't leave a stoop. I'm sorry.
One of
I
my
have the
favorite
filter on my
One of my
phone.
favorite episodes of Harold. But,
I'm so sorry.
Hey, Nyhm.
Willow,
Uh.
as you approach, you see a Luma, and their neck is bent weird.
Is it recent?
Laying on their belly. Definitely dead.
Okay. Dead. All right.
Very gaunt.
Can I do a medicine check or something?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Willow moves up to it, and she actually gets down on one knee and she's examining it and stuff. So obviously it's not immediate danger, at least.
I'll approach. You said there was some vines there and stuff.
Yeah, think like garden vines and stuff. Not poisonous, not grapefruit vines.
I'll cast on myself. Well, I think I can only do it on myself. Speak with plants,
Hi.
and I will say, well, I haven't properly introduced myself to these lands, but I am Cazador.
What is happening?
I'm here to protect. I'm here to protect you all. Have you noticed any imbalance
What is happening?
around? Like,
What am I doing?
do you have any information that's? I mean,
Am I talking?
yes,
Oh, God,
Wow.
plant's an
You-
idiot.
you can talk to me.
Oh God, it's a
it's-
weed plant.
Whoa,
It's the
this is
most
awesome.
important. Yes, it has this effect on some. Okay, so I assume
You've
you've never
talked to
speak to
other
any
you've
druid.
talked to other vines too?
I can speak to any veget. How do you call it? Like plant.
Oh, you
But
you don't want to
am
talk
I
to the
your first
mushrooms on
druid?
you don't want to talk to the mushrooms near the graveyard. They're mean.
Oh, come on, don't be racist.
I'm not being racist. They killed my sibling.
That's fair. It's a tough world. Yeah, but have you? Okay, now that's speaking about eating and
I always thought
killing.
they were fungi.
I don't understand
Have
what
you
the other
noticed
thing
any-
said, but I don't like it.
Yeah, it's. Oh, okay, so actually, what do they hear from me? Because I don't know. Because speak with animals, I can kind of understand. Speak with plants, it's a little bit
Speak
out
with-
of my scope.
Speak with plants is kind of weird because it's just literally you talking to the plant, and no one else hears it talking back to you.
Okay.
Essentially, is what it is.
Okay, so it's like people who speaks to a flower while they're watering them. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's
You
the main
know,
inspiration for it.
Hemlock and everything always made like chitters and neighs and everything. All I can think of right now is like the movie The Happening. All you hear is wind coming out.
What?
Cazador goes like-
No. I mean, I can see there has been some like events going on here. Can you tell me what you've seen?
Oh, not much happens besides this cat sneezing in the background. Crazy cat.
Bless you, Garfield.
Some predators going out of hand?
Oh yeah, yeah. The lord of the land, like he like killed dude. It's nuts.
When did all this? When did these people get killed?
I'm gonna roll an intelligence check for the plant.
Yeah, I mean it is weird because in the spell they say they can tell you stuff, but it doesn't say how
Mhm.
Because I don't think plants have stats.
Oh yeah, that was like months ago.
Months ago.
Yeah, so the guy who ran this place that would normally trim me, and it was like all nice and preen, just one day like the land showed up and knocked on the door, and the guy who preens me normally didn't let him in. So the land said waiting time's over, and then I heard I felt a bunch of vibrations and stuff down under the ground and stuff. And then there was, I'm guessing, a fight or something. And then some guy that's not my guy that preens me came out. And he talked with the land, and he seemed to know him. He didn't seem to like him very well, but he seemed like he had to do what he told him to and stuff. And then the land said, I have no use for you anymore. And then just bent his top part of him really weird, and then he just been laying there since.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You've been of
Oh, no
most help.
problem.
And I will cast
Hey,
Mend Plant.
hey, how's the oh, that felt nice. Thank you. Hey, so how's How are the flowers doing down at the bottom of the hill?
I haven't checked on them yet, but I will try to take care of everything.
I've heard they like to open up in night. It's nighttime now. I bet they're pretty. I don't think any flower would like me, though. I'm just a vine.
Hey, mines are really cool.
Really?
You're gonna outgrow almost anything. Trees got nothing on you.
Oh, I'm a tree. Uh, technically, I'm on the side of the building here, but yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye. May the earth and the rain make you grow strong.
You too.
It's always weird.
What did it say?
So, it speaks a lot about the land.
The land?
Yeah, but as a person. So I assume it's talking about, what the Bastani told us, that he is the
Oh.
land. Yeah. He seemed to have like a deal. I'll more or less tell the same story.
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to
Yeah.
repeat.
I got
So
an
this seemed to
8 on the
happen, like-
medicine check.
Months ago. Yeah,
You got an 8.
maybe.
Yes. Rolled a
The
6.
only thing you can really get from this is their neck was broken.
The neck was broken.
Checks out.
Yes. So kind of lines up with what the vine was saying, I would say.
It was like months ago.
Do you do anything else to the body?
Well, what can I do?
I don't know. You just went over and looked at it. Like, do you interact with the body at all? Do you like search it for possessions, or
Sure.
you only can see its backside, so
I will.
you don't have to.
I-
I'm just saying.
I'll pray over it and say, may the light of Altus bless you. Blah blah blah. I don't say the blah 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 part.
Don't go blah blah blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
But I should we bury it?
There's
Do I detect
convenient.
evil on it?
There's a convenient. You notice in the graveyard, there are 4 plots that look like they were dug a long time ago, like a few months ago. But have now like kind of filled up a little bit because of the rain and whatnot.
Okay. Well, with my 20 strength, I guess I will pick up the body and I will bring it
As
over
you
to one
pick
of the
up the
plots.
body and you flip it around, you notice that it has a wooden stake in its heart.
Yay. Should I leave that?
Yes. I don't know. It's just good. Won't harm anybody. I mean, I wouldn't touch a lot. I mean, I'm fine with burying them, but I wouldn't, touch anything on the body.
Should we bury the other one too? Or
I think we should bury them all, return
Okay.
them to Earth.
yeah. So I will leave this guy here, go downstairs, pick up that guy, bring him back upstairs, and bury both of them.
Okay.
I'll help with Mulder.
Okay, that definitely makes it way easier. There was a spade, but you don't really need it. Give me a religion check, since you're giving him a little funeral.
That was cocked. That's okay. What's a religion? So a dirty 20.
Okay. Do you say anything over the graves?
I'm sure that there is a blessing that paladins would do.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah blah blah.
Just like a
I want
generic,
to
like,
channel.
hope you peacefully transcend to the other side kind of thing.
May the light of Altus bless you. May you peacefully transition into the next part of your life. May all sins be forgotten. In Altus' name, amen. And peace be with you and also with you. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I do.
We're gonna go ask Saxton for a feather for each of them that you could use for the Ardea prayer, because Ardea is known for holding golden feathers, and normally with rituals and whatnot, feathers kind of like her symbol, the Dawn Mother. And as you turn around to see Saxton,
Ardea?
Saxton's gone.
Oh.
Oh, Willow, we're really bad at this, at keeping the people we find.
Oh boy.
You see at the bottom of the hill something blue glowing down there.
Have I buried these people?
Yes.
Already?
Yes. This
Okay.
is. You've already buried them and stuff.
Okay. I guess where's the other one? Should we all go down the hill, or should we wait? Should you stay here and I'll go down the hill, or do you want me to stay here and you go down the hill, or should we go get Nyhm and we all go down the hill? Like, what should we do here?
How far is downhill?
80 feet.
Okay, you go downhill. I'll try to.
It's not a big slope. It's just gradual downhill.
I'll try to see if the other one is around. But I'll keep watching. You know, I always have my arrow ready.
I will go down the hill.
At this point, it started to sprinkle a bit. And as you get down to the bottom of the hill, you notice the source of the blue glowing light is a single flower growing out of the grass. It seems to be opened, and it seems to be shining almost like moonlight in the otherwise dark lands of this night.
I'm not the right person to do this.
It's a tiny little flower.
What do I have? Well, I've got to protect it. What do I have?
Protecting from the rain?
So what's an alms box?
It's a weird religious thing.
Okay. Can I empty it and then put the flower, like dig a little bit and put the flower with the roots into the alms box?
I mean,
give me a
that's
nature
your
check.
prayers inside.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think you might want those things.
What? I don't know what it is.
It's where you store your prayers and whatnot.
Oh, can I empty out the
it's kind
box
of like
of
your Bible.
incense? Can I empty out the box of incense then? What's the incense do? I don't have anything. What's a I don't know what half the shit is.
Give me a nature check.
12.
Okay, you're able to transfer the flower into a different container.
Okay, thank you for not specifying which container it is. I will walk back up to Cazador and I will show him the flower.
Cazador?
Didn't anything like that?
What is your nature bonus?
+4.
Okay, roll me nature.
$16.
You recognize this flower as a very rare exotic flower, only found in the mountains. And it is called a maiden's kiss.
Maiden. Does it have any kind of like property that it's sought after or something?
They emit dim light
Aside
to
from
a
the
certain
glow.
amount. They're nice to have if you have no other forms of light. There's been a lot of tales, especially with druids and whatnot, of travelers that are lost in the woods finding one and it helping them get back home so they can see where they're going.
Hmm.
Usually they're a sign of good fortune.
Oh, could you put it on my arm? And it could just be a sign of good fortune? I don't know. And it could grow with the arm?
It emits the same amount of light as a candle.
Okay, so can I do that? Can I use, I mean, like mend plants,
If you have
speak with plant?
If you have Druidcraft or Mend Plant, I'll allow it.
I have mend plants, mold earth, thorn whip. It's
I got it. Whoosh! Oops.
I can use the whip to, like, as a rope. Oh, I also have others, kind of. I have awaken, which I can
That costs money.
wait. Yeah, I know, because it's super awesome. And all awesome stuff costs money.
Saxton. So how are you going about this thing you private messaged me about? Are you following the road? Are you climbing up the ravine?
Following the road
Okay.
where they went.
Alright, as you follow the road, and since this definitely took a while, I would say you have arrived at the drawbridge, which is down for Castle Ravenloft.
Oh.
The torrential downpour, or the sprinkling rain for them, is a torrential downpour for you. As it seems like the storm at this castle never ceases.
For the time being, I would just like stand at the drawbridge looking across into the castle.
Okay. Give me a perception check, actually.
Dirty 20.
You see a few characters, just barely, through the rain, climbing around the outside walls of the castle. First you spot 2, then 4. And maybe there's more, it's hard to tell. But they don't seem to have noticed you.
After a while, I will call out to them then. Strahd, I've come to parley.
You don't hear any response.
Then I'll just hold my position there on the bridge, or in front of the drawbridge.
Seeming to
As the
appear out of
rain
nowhere,
continues.
out of the shadows, you hear whispers. Constantly emanating. Sounds like worried, anxious screams of thousands of people. As this duck folk fellow seems to appear out of nowhere. And he says to you, "You wish to see my master, Sir Saxton."
It's in regards to the hags. That way, both won't destroyed.
He gives a slight bow and says, "Follow me." And the whispering ceases. And he has his hands behind his back as he leads you into the castle. And eventually leads you in to the main great entryway. And it is there, coming down the stairs, is Strahd himself. And he seems to have where is she? A girl with him. Yes, not a woman, a girl with him. She's like teenager, like 15, 16-ish. And they seem to be having some casual conversation, and they're both like laughing and stuff. And then when she sees you, she's like, "Oh, you're very furry." And then Strahd says, Now, that's no way to treat a guest. Hello, Saxton. I assume you're here about the hags. Didn't go so well down there.
No, it seems that the universe wanted to keep them alive for the time being.
Their universe. Yes, it seems like their universe never goes my way either. Would you like to discuss this over wine?
I'm good, thank you for the offer.
Oh, I love wine. She said, oh yeah, she is a Batra, and she's wearing very nice noblewoman clothes. Though very outdated. And if you want to look up what an Egyptian fruit bat looks like, that's what she looks like. And she's like, you smell like a wet wolf.
I get that a lot recently.
I'm gonna go back upstairs. It's not fun down here. Alright. See you later, sweetie. She goes upstairs. Well, what do you want me to do?
Well, you are the land, of course. Do you know of any way to defeat these beings once and for all? Every time I get close to putting them down, they seem to disappear into the ether.
Yes, night hags are very difficult creatures to attack. They are not that kind, either. Though the Nightmare Coven fears me, I doubt they'll do anything in my presence. At least, not that they want me to know about. However, I know how to get rid of the disappearing problem. Your friend Nyhm is quite quick with her fingers. The night hags do that not with an initial trait, but with a specific item they have on them. It's called a heartstone. If you're able to take them away from the night hags, each one has one, they will not be able to go into the realm of the mists and evade you.
What do they look like?
Oh, they take on many different forms. Sometimes they look like a chunk of obsidian. Sometimes they're an actual heart.
I know since the last time we talked, our deal is pretty much moot now. But I still hate those hags more than I hate you.
But I know someone else that you could hunt in their stead to relieve your frustrations. Someone who's become an enemy of mine. She's been quite a pest. A lady that goes by the name of Esmeralda. She's been hiding in the woods and has been trying to hunt me down. She even came to the castle and tried to kill me. She got pretty close, too. Well, closer than most. And he gives you a toothy grin. If you were to take your pack and eliminate her, I'd make sure there's a reward for you. A reward that you would want. Maybe I could hunt down one of these hags in return.
Where did you say she was?
She's been hiding in the woods. The last spy of mine that found her, she was to the south, on the edge of the mountains. But she's always on the move.
We'll look into her. One more thing. My friends' bodies. I'd like to lay them to rest.
They already are. He smiles at you. You don't need to worry about them.
Very well. I'll take my leave then.
Are you sure you don't want to stay to get something to eat? I could fetch something for you. Perhaps some horse?
Usually things that have a bite here don't end well for the other people.
Understandable. Well, thank you for visiting me. It's been a while. Safe travels.
Turn and head towards the exit.
We go back to the rest of the group. So, Saxton's been gone for quite a while.
Well, if he's been gone for like any amount of time after Cazador puts the flower on my arm, I will go try to find Nyhm.
Perception check.
Well, it's not gonna. It doesn't matter. Well,
Hey, Nyhm.
it's a 20. It's not gonna beat a 29 ever. So
22 is my passive.
Yeah. You had a chance, maybe, possibly.
I had a chance if I rolled a natural 20.
Oh.
So.
Okay, well, Nyhm, you would obviously notice them looking for you.
We're kind of leaving because there's nothing to do here. I'm like shout whispering, you know.
Your friend's gone. We don't know where he went. It would be nice.
Did you go with him, or are you here?
Are you here?
Not twice if
If
you're here.
If you left with him, don't say anything.
If you
Freezing
left
temperatures.
twice.
We have freezing temperatures.
God damn it, Mav. I haven't died yet. I'm not a ghost. And I think EMF would be the first thing I gave away. How to respond?
You do the classic rogue sneaky thing where you just talk when you're like standing right behind them and they don't realize you're there.
Actually, I have a better idea. How long has this gone on?
Maybe a minute. I don't know. They came in and they were like,
from
hello.
like when Saxton walked away.
You're not sure. You weren't really to pay attention to him, so you don't know how long he's been gone, but they've been searching for him for a good 20 minutes now.
Okay. I think I'll take me a nap.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, we're leaving.
Wait. Do you take a nap when we're in there, or do you take a nap while we're searching? And then
Probably would have gone for the nap as soon as Saxton started walking away without telling anybody. He's
Okay.
a wolf.
You would wake up to them saying, "We're leaving."
Hello,
Okay.
Mavwolf.
Well, I mean, I have to wait here for Saxton to come back anyways, and I don't know these two all that well. So you don't get a response from them.
So you sure that the woman said like Nyhm and Saxton, right?
pretty sure. Maybe there's another Nyhm in Saxton.
What should we do? Should we leave?
I don't know. They seem very flighty.
What
Honestly.
happened? What happened with the werewolf corpses?
No one messed with them. They turned back into their not wolfy forms, and they were just laying there dead in the front yard.
I mean, we carried them here
You could.
because I mean, we were supposed to do that thing, right? Or not?
You did notice, in
Yeah.
and you did notice right outside the graveyard is a cart. Like maybe this isn't
We go-
the first time that the priest has probably had to put multiple bodies in a grave.
Should we go get the cart and go back get them and then go to the Vistani and maybe come back and he'll be here? Or what should we do? Honestly, I don't know.
I mean, if that card is not being used by anybody here, we can use them. We can use it, you know. Let's not
Yeah.
let it rot here.
Nyhm, your sword
First
feels sad.
Rule of the forest.
The sword just randomly feels sad.
As they're like, okay, we're going. Bye. Are you sure the Vistani said?
I have to wait. Well, I'm choosing to wait here for Saxton because he's going to come right back to where he was from wherever it was he left.
You tell the
That's
sword
what
that?
we've done. Ooh, good point. No, because they might hear me talking.
The sword looks like you like.
I would love to see somebody design a rapier hilt that has eyes that could change like that. That would be perfect.
The guard is just like the elbows of my arms and just like this.
Yeah.
Like my head's the pommel. You know?
Great.
Concerned
My
rapier.
sword is now giving me the attitude everybody else has been for the entire campaign.
It
Great.
just a little bit of sadness, but it quickly fades. He doesn't really know them either.
And they said you toss it away.
Yeah, it looks like we actually have some comedic relief in a freaking sword.
Kind of. I mean, we can like at least put the card. Can we push the card back to the main?
Yeah.
Road.
Both of you are easily able to go back there and pick up the 3 dead bodies and get them in the cart and bring them back up.
I mean, Willow does most of it. It's like crazy strength.
At this
Yeah.
point, it's getting pretty late. And when I say pretty late, I mean like 2, 3 in the morning ish.
Maybe we should sleep.
Yeah, maybe we can like try to make camp here.
And
But
as
in the
you're going
church.
through, you take this cart through the road, and on the main road here that leads out, the biggest building is, since you definitely passed it a few times, is definitely some kind of inn, and there is a light on inside.
Oh, well,
Ah.
we could probably sleep in the church for free. But
Yeah.
it's kind of gross. So,
I mean, do you think they are going to come back? Should we give them like a day, and then just like
yes, there's a way that I can see that somebody's here, right? Because I can detect good and evil. Does that work there? Can I detect Nyhm?
I'm
Nyhm
not a
is
celestial.
Nyhm is not a celestial, fiend, fae, or undead.
But it's good and evil.
but there's no alignment anymore, which I
No.
appreciate.
Yeah. Also, it wouldn't work on Nyhm even if it was alignment.
Yeah, because it's super neutral. The neutral is neutral to ever neutral.
Can we just
I mean, you can cast
Yo.
Fireball you can just do the Dragon Ball Z thing where they just explode the whole area until you reveal
I'm
yourself.
not doing that. I'm not gonna do that.
That's something that keeps happening in Dragon Ball Z, by the way. The bad guy's like,
Oh,
"Where are you?"
God.
Ah! And they just blow the shit out of everything.
Isn't that Vegeta's calling card?
Vegeta, Cell did that. Super Boo did that, I think, as well.
I think
I'm
17.
surprised if Frieza did not, because it almost blew up freaking planet.
Well, Frieza wanted to keep the planet just for his own collection until Goku pissed him off that badly to destroy the planet.
And yeah, in like 5
And he's
minutes.
like, in
that were
5
like
minutes.
3 hours.
And Frieza
In
time,
50
which is
episodes.
actually 4 hours in Terran time. Anyway.
I have an idea what 5 minutes is.
Think you do.
What a weird first boss. Okay, so yeah, maybe like take them, wait a day, and if they don't come back, we'll leave.
Yeah. Sleepy time in the church. Can we shut the door?
Yes. Yes. I'll say you can.
Okay.
You will have to, like,
All right.
do you have... wait a minute, I'm going to double check some things. I'll say that there's not much left in this church, but I'll say there is a carpenter's hammer and some very rusty nails, but you're able to find some that you can use to board up the door, because it's not going to stay up on its own.
Okay.
That you can remove in the morning.
Okay. Okay.
And after a very long time of getting that done, there are 2 bedrooms in here. Both are long abandoned, but one of them has a headboard with a wooden holy symbol of the Morning Lord, the Dawn Mother, which is a crane, and she's holding 2 feathers in her beak.
Mhm.
And the other one has a small table with an old lamp in it. Seems like and there's some oil in it.
I was just gonna sleep on a pew, but I'm fine with bed. You pick. I'll take the other one, whatever.
So do you wanna like just go to sleep, or should we like take watches?
We're in a church. Is there like what the hell can I do? I don't know. I'll take first watch. You go to sleep, and then in a few hours, you will take second watch. I'll go to sleep.
Okay,
Callie
we do
is yawning, not Willow.
Maybe you should sleep the first one.
No, I'm fine. I'm actually very wide awake.
Surprise round. I throw knives at him. I'm joking.
Whoa!
I'm joking. I'm sorry.
I catch it.
Roll the hit.
Bullshit, you do.
If you
I'm
were a
sorry.
monk, maybe.
The secret is like it was always a monk.
It hits my armor and then it bounces off. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
What's your constitution?
No.
Constitution is +2.
Okay, I was gonna joke, like the knife goes like tink into your skull, and you turn around and go, huh, what? And you just don't even realize it's in your skull. But whatever.
That would almost be worth the initiative roll.
I'm thinking the big-headed guy in One Punch Man. If you know what I'm talking about. The guy that's like a joke on the Dragon Ball Z look.
I know the character by design. I have yet to watch One Punch Man,
Okay.
and that kind of upsets me because I've heard it's good.
Talking about the one that was wearing the super armor.
Yeah, and the
strong.
ninja shuriken went like tink into the back of his head. It's good.
Anyways.
It's good. You should all watch it. Anyway, so even season 2. Nyhm, what do you do for the night? Do you just sleep up in the rafters?
I mean, I've got 2 meat shields. I mean, allies on the ground that I don't have to worry about being attacked in the middle of the night. So yeah, I could just set up a hammock up in the rafters where I'm at.
Okay. You are... Oh, and then Saxton. Where do you go when you leave the castle?
I head back towards the church.
Okay. Not long into your watch, Willow, there's a knock on the door. Maybe. I don't know. Saxton, you get to the door and it's boarded up.
How rotted is this door?
It's kind of rotted, but probably not going to be able to kick it down in one go. It was a thick door.
Alright.
You could
Wasn't
easily
there, like,
sunder it with
windows
your
out?
claws, though.
I mean, weren't there windows broken open?
Yeah.
Alright, I would just monk inside.
All right. You're not stealthy or anything, because why would you be? Willow, you hear someone coming in through one of the windows. out there.
Pick up Tony, and
Okay.
I run that way.
And the first thing you do actually hear from up in the rafters, or at least with my best friend Trilloquist, is he's back.
Don't fucking do that.
Do you have minor illusion? I believe you do. Right. Nyhm.
Me? Oh, okay.
No, not as one of my cantrips. No.
Oh, that's
Then
like the
play
perfect
with us,
ventriloquist.
Caroline.
That's like the perfect
I know.
ventriloquist cantrip.
But I mean, they don't know where I'm at, so it could just be the echo. What the hell is this?
Go towards the light, Caroline.
And when you go out into the main area, Willow, you see Saxton coming in through the window. You're already in because
Okay.
you're a monk. Because you're just in. Saxton
Probably do hear the
is
cackling
soaked.
from upstairs.
Saxton's soaked because it's definitely like heavy rain now.
Jason, oh, where'd you go? Where'd you go?
What for a rock?
You notice his like
I'm
lower
sorry.
half is just like covered in mud and stuff. Actually, his hands
Yeah,
probably are
maybe.
too. He probably ran on all fours. Who knows?
Nim would probably be laughing at this point. So
That's when you all notice Nyhm up in the rafters.
Oh, she's
Ah.
here.
Cazador, you're asleep.
Yeah.
Uh,
Snoring.
Yeah, it's been a long day and night.
Also, probably in a weird position because I have like massive antlers.
I'm going to shake dry,
All right, you do that.
slinging wet and mud everywhere.
deck save, Scotty. Just curiosity.
I don't think Willow would have gotten that close yet. Willow, would you have like when you saw Saxton? Would you like move up
I
to
was-
within 5 feet?
Yes, I was walking up to him. I had my my axe still.
She's
pointed.
like, ah,
Okay.
oh, it's you.
Deck save, I guess. And Saxton shakes off.
Dexterity is my dump stat. 13.
You are able to put your hand up in time, so you don't get any in your face. But it was kind of inevitable at that range.
Oh.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I'll take your word for it that you were going for a walk, but it would have been quite nice if you had let us know where you were going.
The quick, the knave, and the muddy. Nice.
You misspelled naive.
Oh, I thought like knave.
No, yeah, he's being a smartass. I meant to spell it that way. Yes, the quick, the knave, and the muddy, considering our
Oh.
campaign.
Okay, I thought you
Yeah.
actually meant the word knave. But anyway,
Yeah, the knave.
yeah. So you're all here. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm
That's
trying
what-
to go back to
that's-
sleep.
that's
I
what
can
I'm-
stop laughing.
That's what I'm gonna name this episode. Yeah,
Walk,
what are you all
walk down to the
doing?
pew and grab some winks.
Okay.
I'll stay up for the rest of my watch and then switch with Cazador.
All right. Willow, give me a perception check since you are staying up and keeping observant.
Perception is 19.
You smell it around the same time Saxton does, and this smell would wake up Saxton. You smell rotting corpses, and the smell's getting stronger. Lightning strikes outside and it rumbles a bit with thunder. And that's when you see a silhouette of somebody at one of the windows.
Oh.
For just a brief moment. And Saxton, you are woken up by this stench. It just smells so bad it wakes you up. And you have such a keen smell. Outside, you all hear, like, groaning and moaning.
Keep it down up there. We're trying to sleep.
In response.
Well. Okay.
I'll go to the window and look out.
You see 8 zombies roaming around outside. One of them is at the window because you yelled.
I said, piss off. We're trying to sleep.
I guess I'm
It
rolling
won't end well for you, mate.
And I guess I'm
Do I
going
wake
to
up
roll
from the
initiative.
Yelling?
Yeah. We'll roll initiative. Right after the short break, you know the meme where it's just like doo 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 doo, or that like mall music where it's like we'll be right back.
I mean, considering your penchant for having to take a break halfway through the episode or ending in the middle of combat or right at the beginning of it, that would not be surprising.
Yeah. So sorry
Okay,
everybody. What can I say? Bladder calls, so we'll be back.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey everyone, sorry for that little break, but we'll get into combat now. So everybody roll initiative.
Alright.
What'd you get?
I got an 18.
22.
18 for Willow, 22 for Saxton. How about
24.
Oh, jeez, everybody rolled
Not
really high.
20, 24.
And then
Yeah, I rolled on a 20.
10.
Oof.
Nym's very aloof today, so it's fine.
She was sleeping. Give her a break. She's not the one that antagonized a zombie.
They rolled really well too.
Surprising.
So I guess the first one to react, because Cazador was sleeping, would be Saxton.
Yeah.
Clearly the zombie's coming in trying to grab you through the window.
Now, from what I can see from the flashes of lightning and everything, are these normal zombies or the bloated kind?
Bloated kind?
The ones with the snakes in the guts?
No. No. Did I have that on you guys before?
Yes.
Yes.
Mav, that
At
was
the
back
swamp.
in the swamp.
Oh, yeah. Okay, no, it's not. Definitely not one of those.
How high is this window?
It's built for your height, so it's like the bottom of it's like at your waist. Straight up, like you can just go through the window because it's already broken.
Well, then I guess I'll right in the face then.
Are you doing a punch or a claw attack?
I'm gonna punch him.
Okay.
Plus 8. 22 to hit.
22 hits.
9 damage.
Okay. Roll me a d20. This is not for your to hit.
7.
7. You punch it and it loses its balance and its left leg falls off.
How hard did I hit it?
And it kind of does like a spin
it's-
around and it like comes back and it's kind of just like hopping on one barely upright.
Alright, I guess I'll punch it again. $14.
A 14 hits.
And we'll do 7 more damage.
All right, and then roll me another flat d20.
18.
This time, you punch it in the head. Maybe you punched it in the head both times. But this time, its head falls right off. And the head goes rolling away about 5 feet. And the torso lurches back and lurches back up. And it like puts a hand on the wall to keep its balance.
If you're going to attack us, you need to keep a good head on your shoulders, mate.
The other arm is like going like that, like it's trying to figure out where the heck it's at.
Would I be able to just move back without taking the opportunity attacks?
I'd consider that like reaching out like a possible opportunity attack, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. I don't think you need to disengage.
All right, then I'll just back up away from the window.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Good thing I actually rolled instead of saying it just missed, because I got a nat 1. So we can pull out our favorite chart.
Our handy dandy fell book.
Xanathar's lost notes to everything else. So the crit fail chart, I roll 90. That's just, I think the zombie killed itself. Let's see. It tries reaching inside for you, and it actually like gets its arms stuck on the window for a little bit, and it like pulls it off, and the arm's now bent all weird. So it has disadvantage on all of its attacks. If it already does, because it's blind, but you easily it didn't even get close to you as you just step back.
Is it within 5 feet of me?
Yeah, just step back.
Were you within 5 feet of Saxton?
I don't know. I guess not, because I probably went to go sit back down or where I was.
I like to think you're like in the middle of the church or something.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, there's a bell tower.
Nyhm, go sniper mode.
There's bell tower?
I'm still asleep, technically.
I guess the bell isn't high enough to be considered a tower. Yeah, oh well. Anyway, so that's Saxton's turn. After Saxton, Willow, you hear this commotion. You look over and you see Saxton just casually backing away as a zombie without a head is reaching in through the window.
Okay. Can I see
let me look on
any
your
of the other
map.
zombies?
Currently you see that one, and you see another one walking by the other window. And this is on the map I gave you guys. It's the western side of Area F.
Okay.
And you were at the dot where F is at, which is the very middle of the place.
Right,
It's 25 feet away, either window.
25 feet away. Well, I have 30 walking speed, so I could get to it. I will go to the other window, I guess, and hit a dude. I'm going to hit the dude.
Okay.
But before I do that,
Yes.
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Divine Favor on myself, and I am empowered with Divine Radiance until the spell ends, and my weapon attacks deal an extra d4 radiant damage.
And this
Can we get
has,
that auto-tuned?
this has become a musical.
When I'm nervous, I sing. We established it.
This is the campaign that never ends.
No.
Is it?
Willow's divine favor goes on and on again. I don't know. Anyway.
Some people started casting it, but no.
Oh.
G-Nat 20.
Yeah.
All right. Roll D100. Do you want to smite? Smite will take
It's
a spell
one
slot,
zombie. Yeah.
but
Well, I'm about to go to
you'll
sleep.
deal double the damage dice. So a smite, a level 1 smite would normally be 3d8, and because you crit, it's 68.
Oh, okay. I'm about to go to sleep, so I will do a second level Divine Smite.
So that's 8d8
because
radiant damage on top of the 2d4 radiant damage,
And the weapon damage.
I got-
so-
and your weapon damage that's
I
double
got-
diced.
Okay, I got a 25.
Oh, I was looking at critical miss. I was like, that didn't make sense. Why would you hurl it? Okay. Roll me all this sweet, sweet damage.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna need your calculator for a paladin. You're also
I
gonna
do
need a lot of
have it
d8s. I
right
think you need more
here.
d8s.
I'm so sorry. I should have got more d8s out. I don't know where.
Just keep track of how many times you roll it and say out loud what your result is. So you have 8 d8s and
Okay.
2 d4s.
Yeah. I can't even. There's like. I'll get this 1d8, so I'll roll 2, so it's like easier for me. I'll roll a regular damage first,
Okay.
and then so with my great axe.
Since you're already rolling a lot, I'm gonna roll the d20.
Does the divine favor also stack, or
Yes, it's
will
damage
it
dice.
also be doubled?
So it's 2d8 instead
Okay.
of 1, or 2d4 instead of 1d4.
Okay. I'm sorry, zombie.
Don't be. You made it very quick. Very, very quick.
I don't think I need. All right, I'll do the radiant damage and I'll tell you all. It's
88.
88. Okay.
And 2d4.
All right.
So, hey everybody, how's your night
Okay.
going?
Cool.
I'm gonna keep track of the stuff separately. So, okay. Okay. Okay.
As Willow attacks, it like glows almost blindingly white with the smite.
Oof. Oof.
He probably
Right.
won't need the second attack.
So
Definitely won't.
oh yeah, I have a second attack. um so 27 regular damage
Uh-huh.
and 34 radiant damage.
Okay. So you do a vertical cut and you slice through the shoulder and the collarbone. And like a hot knife through butter, it just keeps going and you do a diagonal cut and you cut it in half clean. Or the axe almost goes completely through. It like gets stuck on the hip bone
Oy.
from your 27 initial slashing damage. And then the radiant fires ignite the entire zombie and it just disappears into like a charred husk and it falls apart.
Have you ever played Half-Life 2?
No.
Yes.
You overcooked it.
I mean, you know, when you hit someone with a crossbow and they just, I don't know, with the light ball and they just disintegrate in sparkles?
Yes, it's kind of like that, but technically it wouldn't disintegrate from radiant damage.
It was like that casserole inside the microwave.
If it was an Eldritch Smite, which does force damage, I would have been like, they get Thanos dusted from that.
There's a saying with certain number of my characters called there's no kill like overkill, because I tend to do this a lot. So yeah, for my second attack, I'm gonna attack another zombie. Is that okay?
There aren't any in reach. You have to go
There
out.
aren't?
No,
Throw the axe like
you don't have enough
Can I-
movement to get out of the window. Now I think about it.
Can I throw the axe?
You cannot smite though, if you throw it.
I can't smite.
It has to be melee.
It's only melee.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
super
great
damage,
axe
they
though,
won't have-
isn't it?
Yes.
You're gonna chuck your great axe.
I have 20 strength. I can do it.
It won't be proficient.
Is there? Can I like look around the other window and
Yeah,
get
you
the
s-
one that Saxton's on?
You look out that window and you bend your head around to see, and that one's about 10 feet away from where this zombie was.
I just chill here then, and I forgo my second attack. I just hang out.
Okay. You have it there
But
for
I'm
backup
still
next time.
I'm still concentrating on divine favor, and I've got it for 1 minute. So
Okay. Sounds great. Hey, it's their turns. So, the headless, one-legged zombie spends its whole turn, because it's blind, and this would have been difficult for it to do even if it wasn't blind, slowly climbing through the window that Saxton was at.
Okay.
And then that's when the other zombies, they take notice when your radiant damage pretty much explodes a zombie. And the 6 other zombies start lumbering towards you all, towards the windows on this side of the church. Let's see their movement speed. Yeah. 2 of them are next to your window now, Willow. And I'll say another 2 are next to Saxton's window that he's a bit further away from. And all this noise and ruckus, shattering of what little glass was left on the windows, would definitely wake up Cazador and the Nyhm. So, up next is Nyhm. You wake up, and you smell a horrible stench, and you look over, and you can see Saxton and Willow are at the windows on the west side of the church, and there seem to be zombies trying to get in.
Since Cazador had the higher initiative, wouldn't he go first if you were
Oh.
just now waking up?
His turn was technically him sleeping, so that's why he didn't do anything in his turn.
Oh, it's kind of crap. Okay.
And the initiative kind of started with Saxton punching. So. or the combat anyway.
Okay. Nyhm is gonna roll over onto her stomach in the cot that she's up in, and
30 feet away from the windows, either window.
and what, 10, 15 feet up?
Well, that's including the elevation.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, I was seeing 10 feet up. You're 10 feet up from the floor.
Oh, sweet. I will.
There's currently a zombie that's prone, so you'd actually have disadvantage with throwing a dagger at it, ironically enough. But it's negated because it's blinded, so just be a normal throw. There is an ally within 5 feet of that one, Saxton. And I don't know if you consider Willow an ally, but Willow's next to a window where there's 2 other visible zombies.
Well, they haven't tried to kill me yet, so I'm going to take that as a pro. However, I am going to use my bonus action to hide, stay in the cot, not move. I guess I should roll for that, shouldn't
I? The best they can roll is an 18.
Stick with my passive then. And I'll hold my action to chuck a dagger if one of them gets close enough to attack me.
Okay. Then we'll go to Cazador, who is now awake, prone in their bed, and you hear a ruckus going on outside.
I'll try to go and check out what's happening.
Okay, you spend half your movement to get out of bed, and then you go to where the action's at. Kitty cat's being ornery. You hear stuff on the microphone. 2, 3. What's your movement speed?
35.
35. Okay, you get just to the end of the entrance hallway, so you can see what's going on. But the closest window to you is the one Willow's at, which is 25 feet away from your location.
Can I see something?
Yeah, you see 2 zombies at it. And you also
I'll
see,
shoot at one.
even further away, the one near Saxton is inside and it has no head. But it's prone.
I'll shoot it. I'll shoot one of the zombies that's near Willow.
Okay.
I'll sharpshoot.
Yeah, you can definitely afford that with these guys.
Yeah. So it's like a 60. No.
60?
50. No. I'm sorry, because the D&D Beyond doesn't count the sharpshooters, so I have like to add and subtract. Then I think it's a 16.
Okay, yeah,
It's a 16.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a 24 piercing damage.
All right.
Regular piercing damage, non-magical. No, non-magical.
Let's see if that matters. Okay, so Willow, you hear a zoom, and an arrow hits one of the zombies in the head from the side, and the zombie's head lurches back and makes a horrible cracking sound, and it like rolls its head over, and it still looks like it's trying to get in. And you see Cazador with the bow, and wearing a little PJ hat or something. I don't know.
Oh.
And then I'm gonna shoot the same one again.
Okay.
Same thing. 722 to hit.
Okay, I'll just tell you the armor class is 8.
Yeah, I rolled a 27 minus 5, so.
Yeah, you hit.
Yeah, that's a 20 piercing damage.
You think that Cazador hit like the same spot in the head, and then falls over.
I will then use my bonus action to look from the arrow. What can I see?
Look from the arrow.
Yeah, it's the because I have the red feathered bow that has the magic property that I can use my bonus action to look from the spot the arrow is.
Oh,
Like a sentry thing.
That's really cool. I totally forgot, and I gave it to you. But
Yeah.
For those who are wondering what the red feather bow is, it's from Humblewood campaign setting. Because I was
So
like,
I can see outside right now, right?
yeah. So as you look outside, you can see that there are 5 zombies. That's not including the one that it's in.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll try to like remember where everyone is so I can.
Mm-hmm.
For
And
the next one,
they're all pretty much at the windows at this point. There's no more of them. There's not like more coming or anything.
That's my turn.
Okay. Saxton, it is your turn. Right next to you, lying prone on the ground, is a headless zombie.
Curb stomp.
Okay. You have advantage.
Wait. $23 to hit.
Yep.
$10 stomping damage.
You stomp on it and you cave in its ribs. And there's a crunch noise. And then you see its one leg that is remaining continues to move. And that's when you see at the doorway, or not the doorway, the window, its other leg is hopping at the window, and it looks like it's trying to hop its way in to place.
I grab the leg and beat him with it.
Actually, yeah, okay. You grab its other leg,
Yes.
and you smack it. I will count it as a club. So it does D4. Strength based.
But I don't have proficiency with clubs.
Do you? It's a simple weapon,
Would it be a
so
monk
if
weapon?
you have proficiency with simple weapons, you would.
It would be a monk weapon, so.
Let's look on your character sheet on D&D Beyond.
Weapons, short weapons, simple weapons.
Yep, you are proficient. You have advantage as well. It's still prone.
$22.
Yep.
With 9 damage.
The leg breaks in half, and it stops moving, and the leg that was wiggling in your hand stops moving. If you've played Breath of the Wild, it's kind of like the skeleton things. You know, you pick them up and they're still moving. It was like that, but after you smacked it with the leg, both the leg and the zombie stopped moving.
Are there any more zombies inside?
Not currently, but within 5 feet, there are 2 at the window.
All right. I'll use a bonus action to try to grab its arms and rip them off.
Okay.
That would be 18 to hit.
18 hit, roll damage.
Uh, 10.
That is just enough that I will allow you to rip off both arms.
I will then
You Chewbacca.
beat him with the arms for the final attack.
Okay. Since you have 2 weapons right now, you can, with your offhand, do as a bonus action, get an extra attack. But you got Fury of Blows, so it doesn't matter.
So it's 23 to hit.
Yeah, that is.
And another 10.
Okay. It is somehow still up, and its arms are trying to attack you while you're holding them, but they can't actually reach you, so you're fine.
And I'll move back away from the window.
Okay. You know, Saxton holding arms, and the arms are like going.
I disarmed one of them.
Good job.
These are my favorite kinds of zombies, by the way, for this very reason. After Saxton, it's Willow's turn.
Well, how many of you are around me?
There are 2 at the window
Oh.
right next to you.
Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Gonna hit
Well,
it.
there was one, now I think about it.
You
there's
will
only one
never
big-
guess what I just freaking rolled.
Another nat 20?
I swear to God, I just rolled another nat 20. I can send you a picture.
I believe you. I believe you.
Do you?
Roll
They call
D100.
hacks.
Roll D100.
You can like lower your hands. It's fine. We trust you.
32. So scared.
I have too much power. I'm not used to this.
The dice are never gonna be nice to me ever again. I'm going.
Oh, what with this?
Oh,
Yeah, what?
I'm-
What's up?
I'm sorry. It has nothing to do. I just forgot how my class works. Every time I told you piercing damage, I meant fire damage. I forget change all my damage for fire damage because it's my elemental aura thing.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
I'll definitely note that for the future.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So here's what I got in the crit chart for
Okay.
you. A random item that is carried by the target drops out of their belt pouch, backpack, or other carrying equipment. The zombie doesn't have any of that. However, you definitely did enough damage for one of the limbs to pop off, so it drops its leg from your
cool.
crit. Do you spend one of your last spell slots to
I
smite?
only
You
have
don't
3
have
spell
to.
slots
You don't
left.
have to.
How many zombies are there left?
Okay. 4. 5.
4?
5.
So
5. Sorry, 5.
Okay. So the 2 in front of me, the 2 in front of Saxton, and there's another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's moving
Alright.
towards your window since there's now room for it to get towards the window.
I don't know. This game. So I'm probably gonna get a long. Will I get? What time is it? What time is it?
It's probably like 4 in the morning or something. I don't know.
So I have time to have a long rest. Okay. So I guess I'll use a first level spell slot
Okay.
for Divine Smite.
Okay. So to break down Divine Smite for you, normally a first level spell slot does 2d8 radiant damage, but because it's undead or fiend, and obviously this is undead, it does another d8 on top of that. And because you crit, you double
68.
all of those. So it's a fireball. You just did a fireball in Smite.
And you still have like that 2d8.
Well,
To the 4, sorry.
a fireball's 8d6, but whatever.
So
Yeah.
so 68?
Yep.
Yeah, and 2d4.
I think you're thinking chromatic orb, Scotty.
No, fireball's 8d6 fire damage, right?
Right, but upcast chromatic are all d8s. Never mind.
So you're actually doing more than a fireball in Smite. Potentially.
Yeah, Paladins are crazy. I love them.
As a first level spell. But you get less spell slots, and you have to take a long rest to get them back, so.
Where's my notepad? All right, there it is. Okay.
Also, you're fighting undead and you're a paladin. You're kind of built to fight undead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
Alright.
good thing about Smite is that you also add the weapon damage.
I will say, since you both were 10th level coming into here, and you've had your adventures on your own, you've never seen zombies like these before. These ones have like a greenish hue on their skin underneath the patches of fur and feather that has fallen off of their flesh. And when their limbs come off really easily, and their limbs keep animating, even after they've fallen off. But it seems like when Saxton finished off that one, its limbs stopped moving.
3.
You both know that radiant and fire damage is a very good thing to use against zombies. So. Because they like to get back up, and if they take fire or radiant, you're good.
Yeah.
Actually, it's crit or radiant, and Willow does both.
There's no freaking point of this. One more. And then the
Okay, I'll leave this up to you, Willow. What Final Fantasy finisher move do you do on this thing? Actually, you didn't tell me the full damage. My bad. Because you could have rolled really low on all your damage, which I doubt. But I mean, the DM can hope, I guess.
Okay, hang on.
What are you at right now?
Hang on.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
So, all right. 22 regular slashing damage.
Okay, that's when the leg falls off.
64 radiant damage.
Okay, this one actually does explode. In holy light. Like the radiant damage like goes through its inside. You see the light coming out of its eyes and its mouth, and it just like explodes from radiant damage. There's another one within melee range, and you do have another attack.
I hope I did the math right.
That sounds right. That sounds right for the dice you're rolling.
It checks out, yeah.
Okay.
It's an old meme, but it checks out.
All right. For my second attack.
Luckily, the zombie is too brain dead to realize how fucked it is. As it just moves up to the window to take the other one's place.
Yeah.
You swear you can hear like carny music with shooting gallery noises.
This makes 25.
25. Let me check the armor class. 8. Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Jeez. I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry? You're kicking major ass.
Because that's what I did.
Like the lieutenant showed up and then Major Ash showed up and you kicked him.
Alright. After all that, 12. So, yeah. So
12 plus your
5.
strength. Or no, sorry, that is your total.
No.
I bet.
Wait.
You roll D12
20.
plus your strength
Okay.
bonus.
I forgot to add the 5s, so hang on a second.
And you also have that D4 because you're concentrating on that.
All right. So 20 regular damage and then 2 radiant damage. So
22. Okay, it's not dead. Well, it's not dead. Roll me just a flat D20. I know you've rolled a lot of dice.
Wait. I was right the first time. It was 12. It's just 12. It's just 12.
Okay.
It's just 12.
Okay.
So 10 regular damage and 2 radiant damage. My brain is like on fire right now.
It's only mostly dead.
I think I need to buy you a bunch of D8s. And they're just like white radiant D8s. And here you go.
Oh, I wish that I wish the D10s came in because I have like 20 of them just sitting here from Vampire.
You could roll it in D&D Beyond, but I don't know. After last Saturday.
It doesn't. Yes, after last Saturday, I'm not.
Well, you can do custom where you can be like, you can click how many D8s you want to roll and then just click and then roll it.
Yeah.
I'll probably do that next time. I like rolling dice though.
Yeah.
It makes me feel nice.
Roll me just a normal D20, no modifiers. Because this one actually survived your attack.
16.
16. You chop off one of its arms, and it falls into the room with you all. And that's your turn.
Yeah.
Sure, there's nothing else. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, so
I really hope I did the math right because like I'm like oh god, if not it's still
I'm sure
probably
even if you did it
you did
wrong,
well over
I'm sure
its
it doesn't
total.
come up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
10 over, 10 under, it's fine.
so it's their turns. So the zombie is gonna attempt to claw and bite at you, Willow. So we'll do the bite. Ooh, that was actually really good. It was 19, so it actually got really close, and it like got its teeth onto your plate mail, but it didn't get through the armor.
my armor class is 19, so it just hit.
Oh, really?
Is
Yeah.
it 19?
I thought it was 20.
Yeah.
But okay.
No, with the full plate, it's 19.
You take 3 piercing damage from the bite.
Oh, good shield.
The claw attack is a 10 total, so that doesn't hit. And then the arm that you just chopped off, that hand, like, swipes at you. And also just hits. Wow. I guess this is payback for your crits. Yeah, this is definitely payback for your crits, as it rolls max damage, doing 7 slashing damage to your calf.
Cool.
Wow.
Then
I'm glad I healed a little bit.
let's see. Those 3 are dead. The one that's prone on the ground, or no, the one that's been disarmed attempts to bite at Saxton.
I moved back from the window, remember?
Yeah, it gets itself inside and moves towards you. And,
So it's shumbling on the ground.
yeah, it takes a bit, but it got a 10 total for its bite. That's the only attack it can do right now. The claws do try to get you, but you're holding them and they're away from you, so you're fine. And then one more zombie comes in on Saxton's window, and it goes to attack you. 9, a dirty 20, and 11. Do any of those hit, Saxton?
The dirty 20.
Okay.
None of their attacks are magical based, are they?
They are definitely not.
So I have Iron Pelt.
Mm-hmm. Does that make you immune or resistant?
Resistant.
Okay. So I'm just going to tell you the damage without the resistance added on, and you can have it. And if it's like a 0.5 or something, you round down. So you take a total of 4 slashing damage in that claw. And because your resistance, I guess it's 2.
Okay.
After them, it's Nym's turn. I don't think Nym's going to do anything, but it's Nym's turn.
You know, I may have. You're right.
Okay, Cazador, it's your turn.
Well, actually, I turned my side and so I see one on Willow.
Let's see here. 1, 2.
Okay, so from the 5 I saw from the arrow,
Mm-hmm.
how many can I see now? Like, because 2 went inside.
All of
then-
them are now inside, except for the one that got its arm chopped off by Willow. So there are 2 zombies on Saxton, and there's 1 zombie on Willow.
Okay, how does Willow look?
Willow probably looks fine.
At half health.
Seriously?
Yeah, I didn't heal much. I
Right.
rolled. Yeah, I haven't slept yet.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, we'll shoot the first arrow to one of Saxon's
Okay. Do you shoot at the armless
zombies. No, the other one.
one? Okay.
I'll sharpshoot since I still only have to roll like a 2 or a 1 to miss. Yeah, 28.
Okay.
-5, still like way over their AC. That's 22.
22
Fire
damage.
damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
The arrow hits, and the zombie catches on fire a bit, but it's still standing.
And I'll shoot again.
Another sharpshoot.
Yes, always. Yeah, it's like a 20. A lot. 24.
Okay. You notice that your attacks aren't causing the limbs to fall off, but everyone else's seem to.
Oh, it makes sense since it's an arrow. 24 fire damage.
Okay. That zombie's toast. So then there were 3 left. Anything else in your turn?
No.
Okay. Saxton, you got the armless one, and yeah, you just have the armless one on you now. Because Cazador
Is it
took out
still
one
on
of
the
them.
ground or
No, it got up to try to bite you.
how did it get up without any arms?
Very carefully.
I will use one of its arms like a Louisville slugger and clock it into the face.
Okay.
Wait. 19 to hit.
Yep.
And 9 bludgeoning.
Okay. It is somehow still standing.
For my next attack.
Wait a minute. Its head gets knocked off, though, when you slug it.
Oh, okay, that perfectly then.
Its head looks at you from the ground and it's like...
I will stomp its head in.
Okay, roll to hit. You have advantage because it's prone.
23.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how much damage?
9 more damage.
Alright. There is like the camera pans up and you hear like a watermelon squashing noise, and that skull has been squished. And then after you squish the head, the entire body falls down lifelessly. The arms stop moving.
Alright. How many more are in here?
There are 2.
Proximity?
One is on Willow, and the other one's on the other side of Willow's window. That's about 10 feet away. Either of them.
Alright. I will move up with Fury of Bolos, attack this zombie.
Okay.
Is it facing her and looking away from me?
Yes.
I want to grab it by its neck and try to rip its spine out.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Dirty 20.
All right, you grabbed it. Roll
So what do I need to roll for that?
unarmed damage, I guess.
10 damage.
Okay. You stab. Oh, nat 20, nice. You stab your claws into its back, and you go to pull the spine out. This is really gruesome. As you pull the spine out, the head lops backwards and looks at you backwards. And what's left of the spine, there's like a weak spot in one of the parts of the spine, and the head actually falls off on the ground right next to you. But the rest of the body
Vertebrae snaps.
seems like it's moving unfazed by this situation.
Alright. Then I will punch it as hard as I can in its midsection.
Okay.
The small of its back. 27 to hit.
Yep.
10 more damage.
All right. There is definitely a loud crack noise as you break its back another time, as you're holding the top part of its spine and you hit the lower part of its spine with a gut shot, even though it's facing away from you. So I guess a back shot.
And for fun, give me a dex save for it.
What's your DC?
13.
Okay, there's a chance it can succeed. All right. Wow, 15.
Huh. Well, since I did 2 attacks, give me another one.
Okay. 12.
Can its lower half be punched 15 feet away?
What?
I hit it so hard, I punch half of him away. Since I broke his spine.
His waist down gets flung 15 feet away, and you're just holding like its torso by the spine. Really
That'll
gross.
work.
Okay.
That's mine.
You know what? Roll me a D100.
$56.
Okay. All right. Then after your turn, it is Willow's turn. So Willow, right next to you is this Mortal Kombat motherfucker that's Saxton. The legs from the zombie that he's fighting is 10 feet away from you, prone on the ground. He's holding its torso. It's actually facing you like a punching bag. Its head is on the ground. And there's also another one that's at the window that was attacking you. That is missing an arm. Those are your 2 options.
Okay. All right. Hang on. I remembered something. Let me look at. I think I'm just crazy.
Then call me, maybe.
I can't find it now. Okay.
Save it for after the game.
All right. That's just opportunity attacks, so I'm just gonna hit it.
Which one are you gonna hit? Are you hitting the torso and arms? Are you moving over to the legs? Or are you hitting the one in the window?
I'll just get the one in the window because it looks like Mortal Kombat dude's is handling this. So
okay.
Yeah. 16.
Yep.
For the first attack. Okay. I forgot what dice to use.
D12 plus your D4, radiant.
Yep. All right.
Plus strength?
Now.
Yep.
Yeah. Now they're making me look like a fool. Yep, they're really making me look like a fool. So 8 regular damage and 1 radiant damage.
Okay. It's enough to decapitate it. And as you decapitate it, you see, just for a brief moment in the winds, something really weird. This very alien-looking creature. It kind of looks like you, but it's like tall, and it has these weird pointed ears, and instead of being on top of their head, they're on the side of their head. They don't have any fur on them, and they're like very pale, but they're very thin. And they seem to be wearing like a white dress and a very big sword. And they seem to do the same motion as you, almost like a mirror, as you chop off its head.
I feel the soul of the beheader smiling down at me. Thank you for bringing Airly into this. I got it halfway through.
Well, none of you have seen
okay.
humans or elves or stuff before, so it's like,
Yeah.
what the heck? Well, that's
I
a
was like,
weird
what
looking
alien
creature. We must be
And
near
then
one
you
of
were
those
like,
toxic
"And
waste
the
dumps or
blonde
something.
hair with the-"
Anyway,
Aw, Airly.
it's still
More or
standing.
less that someone's fetish.
Okay, second attack. I'm gonna.
Look, Lluis, I'm not a skinny man.
But
Second attack is a 21
Yep.
to hit.
And you get to do all that again in the damage.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, now I want to play Paladin. It's been so long. Last one I played, he either dual wielded whips, or he would just cast Searing Smite on his fists, and he would just punch the crap out of things with it. He wasn't a monk, so he wasn't min-maxed, but it was fun.
It's 1d6, right?
1d4?
1d4, I mean. I did a 1d4. It didn't matter anyway, I rolled a 1. So 1 radiant damage and 16 slashing damage. Is it slashing?
Yep. Great axe, I would hope it's slashing.
Yes. Okay. Well,
Unless it's like one of those weird weapons from Dark Souls where you might as well just be doing bludgeoning damage or something. But anyway, it's enough
you
to
sharpen it?
strike down the zombie that's at the window, and you notice that it's a limb that got inside, that fell in, that attacked you, just falls over dead.
And for my bonus action, I'm going to use Action Surge. No, I don't have Action Surge.
You got smite, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
If you would have dipped 2 levels in Fighter.
Ah!
Anyway.
2 levels in Fighter, 2 levels in Barbarian.
After Willow, it's the lone zombie's turn. So it still technically has its arms on it. It can't see you, Willow. So, because its head's decapitated. So it's blindly throwing its claws at you.
At me?
Yeah, because in front of it, and you're what's in front of, because Saxton's holding it by its spine away. Like its back is to Saxton. It has disadvantage. So definitely a miss. It was a nat 2. And another miss. And its legs, let's see what its legs will do.
Well, since she's right next to me and she's a teammate, wouldn't Sentinel kick in and I get an attack of opportunity with its torso?
Yeah. Yeah, it would.
That's what I was looking at too. I was looking at my Sentinel.
And you know what? You have advantage because it's blind.
All right.
Its legs kind of stumble and they move 5 feet towards you guys. That's all the
23
legs
to
do.
attack with a backbreaker across the knee.
Okay. Ow. Okay, Bane.
I hit for 8.
8 damage?
Yes.
It sounded like an old man, not Bane.
It's been a long year.
I mean, at least Bane's wearing his mask. And as you do the backbreaker move, the legs that stumble to pivot around on the heel to move back towards you guys, twitch a little bit, like they sensed the pain from it. But otherwise, the legs are still standing and the arms are still kind of flailing around. You're not sure how this thing is still moving. But that was its turn, since you did that as a reaction. Nyhm is sleeping, so, right? Nym's still sleeping?
You know, you could ask me for what I wanted to do on my turn, but yeah, she's still sleeping.
Okay. Okay.
It's polite to ask me how hard I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, I might want to, I don't know, turn over if I'm uncomfortable.
You
Or
go to stretch an arm, you just coincidentally throw a knife,
Roll for REM sleep.
Check the phone. What time is it?
I mean, you guys have it handled. Why
Ah,
should I
it's-
care?
Oh, it's Strahd o'clock.
It's
Cazador.
7 o'clock. I still can't sleep.
Actually, it's 0 Strahd 30.
Okay, this is ridiculous. I'm gonna shoot at the legs.
Okay. And just this is a throwaway encounter, and I am actually really enjoying this.
This is the freakiest dream Nyhm has ever had.
9. I just hit it.
Yeah, okay. You hit it. How much damage?
22 fire damage.
Okay. The legs engulf in fire and fall down. The arms lifelessly go limp. And then there is silence except for the fire burning up the legs.
Well, that was fun.
Toss a now ultra lifeless corpse on the ground and go back to sleep.
You go to toss it on the ground.
I would like
and
to sleep.
the rest of the spine comes out of the rest of it.
Sleepy time.
Okay.
You all take your long rest. And you wake up sometime around noon. Well, Nyhm wakes up earlier than everybody by like an hour, I guess.
No, she'd sleep in.
Okay, fair enough.
I can respect that.
And after your long rest, what?
We're now level 11.
Rest.
That's gonna happen.
Nice try.
Hmm.
So
You,
we should head back to the Stani camp.
Eh.
What a night.
Oh, what a night.
I would definitely get with Nyhm and talk to her about if we ever come across the hags again, about finding out about the Heartstone and trying to pilfer it from them.
do you tell the rest of the group about the Heartstone?
Yeah.
Okay. And on that note, that's where we'll end it for the night. Because we're running late, but whatever. So we'll go to plug time. We'll go with the person who's probably the sleepiest out of all of us currently. Cazador. What's your plugs?
I am actually. So yeah, I am an artist. You can check me out on Twitter. I have a Patreon. And other than that, I don't know. I'm super busy right now. February is super short, and I hate that. I don't know. Somebody else. I'm actually like
Yeah, I had a feeling you were, but
super
okay.
out of it right now. Yeah.
We'll try to make this quick then.
Wake up and
Saxton.
go back to sleep.
Saxton, do you got any plugs?
Nope. None
Nyhm?
here. Just
Nah, I can't think of anything good.
Okay. Willow?
Follow me on Twitter. I do art. I have commissions open and discounted commissions, so you should check that out. My next game is on Friday. It's Retroverse. On this channel at 7:30. Lluis is in it, Scotty's in it, and then Saturday is Chaos Crew. Check that out. My other character that does massive damage is in that one. So yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Wow.
I gotta say, like, Callie just finished like a commission for my girlfriend of her character and mine, and it's amazing, and I love it. And thank you very much. I forgot to tell you actually, I'm sorry, but it's amazing. I loved it so much.
Yeah, I was so happy to do it. I was really excited.
Every time.
Lluis is.
Yeah, no. Every time Mariah like asks for a commission for you, I'm like, I don't know if Callie likes to draw like furries and reptilian, and I always feel like, oh no, I'm sure she asked
No,
for you.
do
It's-
it.
You heard-
ask me to do it. I will do it.
You heard that, you super rich furry commissioners. Callie here can
Yeah.
draw your... Well, not
I could do
not
your
the super
furry
fun
art.
stuff. Not the super fun stuff. I think you said that's...
No,
Yeah.
I've drawn boobs before, but that's as far as I will go.
Okay.
So you haven't hit third base yet.
And on that note, I guess I'll close with my plugs, which you can follow all of us on Twitter here. I also do commissions on Fiverr, and I also have a few things in the DM's Guild, including Zebediah's fishing equipment and techniques, and a few aquatic races on there, including the crab folk, if you want to be a crab man with claws, natural weapons. It's pretty cool. And I should be coming out with the Pazendar race, which is like an anthro version of a axolotl. So look forward to that. And on that note, we'll see you all next Wednesday. Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Don't let the zombies
Bye.
bite.